Hi, today a flat earther has asked me to pay him 150 Australian dollars to make a video. I think you need to know the backstory. Now, Mitchell from Australia recently released this video. Foucault's pendulum proves Earth is stationary. Well, I did a live stream last night. Don't forget to check it out. Make sure you subscribe to my live streaming channel. And in that stream, I addressed Mitch's video. The video has this description. Does the Foucault pendulum actually demonstrate the rotation of the Earth? The globe model claims that we are standing on a rotating Earth, which causes a Foucault pendulum to change direction and deviate over time, also used to demonstrate the Coriolis effect, as Earth is claimed to rotate underneath the pendulum. But as we find out, in reality, the Foucault pendulum does not deviate, proving the Earth is in fact stationary, and we never observe Earth-based Coriolis. Now, in my live stream, I felt I dealt with Mitch's video extremely fairly. Here are the main points. Mitch filmed the video at a place called Science Space, which I assume is a kids' science museum in Sydney. Here is the rather small, but here is the Foucault pendulum in question. Mitch points out that due to Sydney's latitude, according to the globe, then over a period of 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, the pendulum should precess by 34 degrees. He shows the pendulum 4 times at various points, showing that this pendulum apparently has not moved. His final clip shows the pendulum apparently at 1:16 p.m. having not precessed. Now, in the stream, I quite reasonably came up with several possible explanations. Firstly, is this an actual working Foucault pendulum, or just some sort of exhibition model, just to point out to kids what the equipment looks like? Secondly, I pointed out that perhaps the equipment is broken. Is there an issue with the mounting of the line? I also pointed out that possibly there was an issue with the pendulum mechanism that keeps the pendulum swinging. I don't know. And lastly, I pointed out that his video was not continuous. It had several cuts, and that some people may accuse him of manipulation, of lying. I made clear that I was not doing so, because I have no evidence to show that either way. I suggested that perhaps he go back and film the entire 4 hours uncut, just to rule out any arguments like that. After the stream, of course, there's been a lot of talk about this. One of my subscribers sent me this link. This is a screen capture from Google Maps showing that pendulum, and in this image you can see that quite a few of those dominoes have been knocked over. Interesting. I then decided, why not contact Science Space? Hi, I saw a video about your Science Space attraction that showed the Foucault's pendulum. It's obviously small and didn't appear to precess. Can you please confirm if it is an actual working Foucault pendulum, or is it just an example model, just to show children how one of these pendulums would work, knock down pegs and dominoes? Has it got an electromagnetic mechanism just to actually keep it swinging back and forth without actually disturbing the dominoes that appear to say Science Space or something? I'd appreciate a reply and an explanation. Well, unfortunately, I haven't heard back from Science Space at this point. I was pleasantly surprised to find I had an email from Mitch. I hear you had a problem with my pendulum video. Care to elaborate? I won't be watching your video unless you want to pay me to. And then I replied, Hi Mitch, and I managed to screw up the email, so I tried again. Hi Mitch, I think you'll find I was very fair. Have a look at this portion of the stream when I go through your vid. 24 minutes 10 to 42:40, with the main part being up to about 36 minute 50, and the remainder is what I think is summing up, and I was very fair with you. I do not claim you are lying, but deal with what you have shown. Start of the breakdown, and I provided a link. Anyway, I checked back on Mitch's vid just to have a look at the comments, and I saw this. For all of you zealots asking for 4 hours of uncut footage, I'd be more than happy to return and serve you up some humble pie. But you will be financing my entrance fee, petrol, and my precise time. $150 to my PayPal, link is in the description, or get off your asses and get some footage for yourself. Well, that is as I predicted, Mitch. People have called you a liar. I didn't. Well, I thought about this for a couple minutes and wanted to make a post, but then remembered that you had blocked me because, quote, you said that you don't speak to lying canuts. But I'm a clever boy, so I decided to log into my new Mr. Baldy Sensible account, and I made this posting. Mitch, I know you blocked me on my other account, so I'll post this single polite post and then wander off again. On my stream, I offered to cover the cost of the ticket if you return and do a 2-hour uncut video showing this pendulum swinging for 2 hours. I feel $150 is too much since it is your evidence, but I will contribute something towards your time as well. I will therefore here and now agree to the following. Upon you posting a 2-hour uncut, unedited video of this pendulum swinging, I will then PayPal you within a couple of days, but as soon as possible, to your account $100 Australian to cover the ticket, fuel and a little something for your time. Additionally, if it shows the pendulum does not process, I shall add another Australian $100, making a total of $200. The video must not be sped up so that there are no arguments over the length of the time of the film. I will require a 30-second close-up of the top mechanism so we can see what it is like, and close-ups of the pendulum starting and ending swing positions so it is clear if it has precessed or not. So if you show this 2-hour uncut video, I shall pay $100 Australian, and if it doesn't process, I shall pay you $200 Australian instead. I look forward to this. You can screen grab this post so that you can hold me to this promise. I have screen grabbed this too. Unfortunately, it appears Mitch is a bit cleverer than I thought, and he's already blocked Mr. Baldy Sensible Cats, so that post never stood. Therefore, that offer is withdrawn. Well, a short time later, I found that I had not one, but 2 more emails from Mitchell. Like I said, I won't be watching your video, but if you're calling foul on what I've shown, I will happily return to the museum and record a full, unedited 4 hours, even live stream it. But since you are calling me out, you'll have to be financing it. It's $52 entrance fee, $50 for petrol and $50 for my time. I think you'll agree that is very fair. I'll give you a $2 discount. $150 to my PayPal, and provides a link and says, "Put up or shut up, princess." He then followed that up with, "Someone has informed me that you publicly requested I return to the pendulum and film it for 4 hours uncut. Can you confirm this is your request? And if so, there shouldn't be any problem providing the funds to get me back there. Don't go running away now. You wanted to be part of this." So Mitch, you're asking for $150 Australian to cover a ticket, some fuel and your time to film that Foucault pendulum for 4 hours uncut, and you will upload that video to run 4 hours real time. Okay, here's the link in your email. Okay, our contract is $150 Australian. I'm not going to make it monthly. Log in. Bit slow. Okay, there we go. Thank you for donating $150 Australian, and I presume that's your partner. Cheers, Mitch. Thank you. It's nice doing business with you. And here is my receipt. Unfortunately, I can't post on your video to let you know I've accepted your contract, although I will reply by email. But I think it's only wise if people let Mitch know in his comments about this video where I have hired him. Sweet! So let's have a quick recap. If you do this and film and upload the video as agreed, and as I've hired your ass to do, you keep the money. Procession or not. I give you 1 calendar month to do this, or I expect a full refund. Nobody is going to let you forget about this. The options now are: 1. You refuse to do it, and you're shown to be a know-nothing blowhard. I will expect my $150 Australian to be returned immediately. Otherwise, that will be fraud on your part. If you return it, you are shown to be a know-nothing blowhard who can't back up his claims, and it is you that needs to suck it up, princess. Option 2. You film the pendulum and it doesn't process. Well, you're going to have to show the video if you want to keep the money. Otherwise, again, I expect my $150 Australian to be returned forthwith, and everybody will see that you have failed to provide the evidence. So if you upload the film of the pendulum and it is not processing, this will show either that the pendulum had been defective on the day of your original filming, or that you must have manipulated the video and have now been caught lying. Again, it is you that will have to suck it up, princess. Option 3. You film the pendulum and it does process and you upload that film. Well, you get to keep the cash. You will have earned it, Mitch. But you will regret having blocked me because you could have got $200 Australian for exactly the same task. What's more, you wouldn't have had to film for 4 hours, but only for 2. And what will you have then proven, Mitch? That the Earth doesn't rotate? No, you will have shown that one pendulum, for an unknown reason, doesn't process. And that will be something that needs to be looked into. Why? You certainly haven't busted me, as I never claimed that you were lying. And I'd only raised some sensible questions that needed to be looked into. You will have earned your money by working your ass off for 4 hours instead of 2. Thanks. So Mitch, you have my money. The contract is agreed. Get to it, boy. Chop chop. Oh, and just to rub a little salt into the wound, I lose nothing. If you do the video and upload it, it will not cost me a penny, as I will claim it against tax as a legitimate business expense. After all, I will have hired your ass as a creator in order to create some content for me. Thank you. And if you don't, I get my money returned to me. Thanks again. Because we wouldn't want you labelled as a scamming fraudster now, would we, Mitch? So you wouldn't keep the money if you don't produce and upload that video. Mitch, the phrase that comes to mind is hoist with your own petard. Chop chop, get to it.